Hello everybody, my name is Coach Nico and I'm with BP2 Asia and I am with a Vatic Pro athlete, Jerome, Ian Lau, owner of Vatic Pro,
Philippines.
and CJ,
Vatic Pro Philippines.
also Vatic Pro Philippines. And today we have the exciting V-Sol Pro by Vatic Pro. This is going to be a first impressions video. I have bussed down here to Manila. We're in Marikina just to check out these paddles. They just arrived yesterday?
A few days ago,
and they will be available by the time this video goes live.
Yep.
For anyone here in the Philippines or abroad. And yeah, so we're gonna do a first impressions. We're gonna put these paddles through their paces. We have a wide body, a hybrid shape or a standard shape, and then the elongated.
Yes.
So we're gonna give our thoughts on all three shapes. We're gonna do some dinking, some counters, some resets, a doubles game, and last but not least, Ian did not pay me to make this video, so all of my thoughts and impressions here are valid and unbiased. Thank you so much for watching, and let's do this, guys.
Thank you.
All right, guys, so I'm starting here with the V7. Ian, can you tell me a little bit about the technology in these V-Sol paddles?
So the V-Sol Pro paddles are a Gen 4 full foam core construction paddle. So they have dual density foam patterns, meaning there's an EPP foam core surrounded by EVA foam. So that gives it a little bit of a floating core effect.
Right.
And some more pop, but with some good control as well.
Most foam paddles to date have had no problems with core crushing, and I don't think that this will have that same. And you mentioned it has a floating core like feel.
Yes, it does.
So does that mean it's going to feel kind of like a Gen 3 in some ways?
Similar, a mix of a Gen 3 and 4. So typically, a lot of people have gravitated towards Gen 3 paddles because of that springy, controlled feel.
Right.
And typically Gen 4 solid foam, not dual density, they usually have a softer, more muted feel.
Okay.
Not everyone likes that, so this is like a bit of a best of both worlds.
Cool.
So you have good feedback that feels almost like a traditional honeycomb paddle with the performance and feel effects similar to a full foam Gen 4 paddle.
Cool. And I'll be honest.
Yep.
Since my main for a while, the last few weeks, has been the Cypic Avatar.
Yes.
This feels a little bit more. There feels like a little bit more springing effect or a more dwell time to it, which is good. To be fair too, I'm using the V7 right now. This feels pretty swing weight light.
Yeah, for an elongated shape.
For an elongated shape, yeah, which is usually like a recipe for greatness. If you're gonna come onto a pro scene, having an elongated paddle with a low swing weight is like the best of both worlds.
Yep. And among the different generations and series from Vatic, I would say the swing weight characteristics of these V-Sol Pros among the best.
Okay.
Much upgraded, much better from before. So you get that control, you get that power, and ease of use. The handling is great on these.
Right.
And of course, since they come in a little bit lighter, you can, if you wanted to, add some weights to change the play characteristics a bit more. So you have a little more room to play around there.
I can also say this, and this is one thing that Vatic Pro has been so good at having over the last 2 years, I would say, of their iterations of paddles. The grip feels great.
Yes.
I'm not going to say what brand, but I just finished editing a video for a brand where the grip really sucked. They went with an oval grip, which is kind of like a prehistoric 2018, 2019 version. And it was not fun to play with. For me, at least, having a solid grip and having those really good ridges is like a make or break for a paddle, especially if you're going to be competing.
So I really love the dwell time on these. They have that put away power. But the control is still there, and the spin on these is great. So I have been maining the Prism for the longest time, the Prism V7.
Okay.
But in this generation, I've been liking the hybrid shape Flash more. That maneuverability, with the sweet spot and the put away power.
Yeah.
Just perfect stars aligning for me.
Cool. All right, guys, I have now switched to the Flash variation of the V-Sol Pro, and I am with Jerome Silva, founder of Pickleball in Olongapo, and he's also a sponsored athlete from Vatic Pro. So you've had a chance to use this paddle a little bit already, right?
Yes, a few days ago.
Cool. What can you say about this paddle as we play it out here a little bit?
Personally, I like the dwell time on these.
Okay.
So they're pretty different compared to the previous paddle that I used, which was the Sagas.
Okay.
So this one feels more springy. It has that put away feel into it.
All right,
so that's what I really like. So I can add more power or perhaps maybe add some control to some of my plays. So I really like it.
Cool. And I got a chance to play with Jerome not too long ago in Baguio City, and with the Saga, he was wicked with his moves. So looking forward to some games here in a little bit. So all right, we can dink here, and I'm gonna test out the Prism. This feels even lighter of a swing weight. And one thing also to note, Ian, the Rhombus Quanta series, everybody who I've talked to who has played with it, they say how light it is and how easy it is to set up or customize. I would argue this feels exactly the same. I mean, it's quite light. Like the Flash at least feels super light. That or I'm just playing with too much weight at this point. But I would say for you guys here watching this, that just means that there's more things that you can customize or more ways to unlock the paddle's full potential.
Yep.
But I've also seen, correct me if I'm wrong here, I've seen that this paddle at stock is supposed to be really good in terms of playability, like out of box. Yeah, I will echo what Jerome and Ian have already said. This paddle definitely has a more springy, dwell, plush feel to it. So I'm excited to be hitting this paddle here in a minute with some counters and drives, because that usually just means extra power. All right, guys, I have now switched to the V-Sol Bloom, and I am now with CJ,
Hello.
champion of many tournaments at this point.
That's ridiculous. That's crazy.
Champion. What paddle have you been using?
So I've had 1 week with the V7, but right now my main paddle is actually the Flash shape.
Interesting.
Yes.
All right, tell us why. Why did you switch from V7 to the Flash?
So I've been running the V7 for around a week, and although it is the lightest swing weight V7 that Vatic has come out to date, if I'm not mistaken, even compared to the Saga 14s, it was just a little too much for my wrist.
Okay.
I was starting to feel a little bit of strain, a little bit of stress.
Leverage, for sure,
So I decided to switch to the Flash, and just haven't looked back actually. So
all right, gonna test out the Bloom here now. By far feels the lightest of the three. And CJ, feel free also to share any thoughts that you've had.
with the V-Sols, as Jerome mentioned earlier, and I think Ian's mentioned as well, they do have a lot of dwell off of the face. And during my first week of initial play testing with the V-Sols, it did give me a slight Yola 3S feel. It kind of reminded me of my old Scorpius 3S, because that's what I used to have before I joined Vatic. So the dwell time, I would say, is kind of reminiscent to that paddle. And I can really feel a lot of ball shaping capacity with this paddle.
Just testing all three of these, yeah, I would agree with what you guys all said. Dwell time feels great. They all feel poppy. Poppy, but a plush poppy, if there's such a thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like the ball is just gonna bounce off with so much pace that I can't control it. But it definitely feels like if I start swinging a little bit crazy here, that I'm gonna activate some power out of this. So the Bloom definitely feels by far the lightest.
Does it feel unstable at all?
It does feel, yeah. The sweet spot feels good, but it does feel like it needs some lead weight. The V7, I would say, out of the three, actually felt the best stock, but that's probably just because it's elongated. but I'd love to see what the V7 will feel like with some tungsten tape added. So,
Yep.
all right, so we are gonna move on now to some resets and some counters. I'll go through these 3 paddles here real quick, and then we're gonna do some drives, and then we'll end all of this with a doubles match, and then a final conclusion on our first impressions. All right, I'm gonna do some resets and counters here. We're gonna go Bloom, Flash, V7. All right, to be fair, the moment we just started putting some power behind this Bloom actually feels a whole lot better than when I was dinking with it a second ago. Let's switch to the Flash here. Let's switch to the Flash, see how this feels. Sorry. Okay, that felt really good. That felt really good. Sweet spot feels pretty good too. Gonna be honest. Like, I felt like I had a few shots there. You're hitting it with good pace too. I felt like a few shots were not perfectly centered, but it still felt pretty solid. Yeah, I can agree with what everybody said here. It definitely is giving me like a 3S vibes, but it's foam. So, all right, let's move to our elongated, the V7. Definitely more power. Mind you, this is not weighted up yet. Oh, sorry. Definitely the most powerful of the 3. My bad. All right, I'm gonna switch back to the Flash here for a second, because the V7 definitely feels the most powerful, but something that Jerome just mentioned here too, which I want to test this again here in theory, but the V7 definitely feels the most powerful, but I want to say the Flash has a slightly more forgiving sweet spot.
Yes.
Yeah, Flash is slightly more forgiving, but I do feel like it has a little bit less power, just a little bit less power. V7 for the win, I think, right now though. All right, those drives looked really phenomenal, Jerome, and then you're using the Flash. So, thoughts on that?
I honestly like the feel.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying when you hit the ball. The feel as well is pretty different compared to my previous paddles, which is the Power and the Sagas. They definitely have a lot more feedback, I would say.
All right.
And I am leaning more on having more feedback on my paddles so that I know which ones are going in and which ones are going out.
I would agree with that. In the previous foam paddles that I've used, sometimes it kind of almost feels like you don't know where you hit the ball.
Yep.
This one, however, I feel like I can feel it more. Like, did I hit it in the center of the paddle? Did I slightly hit it off center? And some players who are transitioning from a 3 or 3S paddle into a foam paddle, that's something that they want. They want to be able to feel the paddle more. All right, Ian, so I noticed that Jerome and yourself both went with the Flash, and just watching you hit there, honestly, almost every shot, perfect contact. Is there a reason why you are playing right now with the Flash?
So I mentioned earlier that I used to main the Prism V7. Since I was coming from that,
transitioning to a much more powerful paddle. It still retains a lot of the control characteristics, but I felt like using the hybrid shape, I was able to save on a lot of maneuverability. And this one in particular, we were experimenting with a few weight setups. So since we were going for drives, we had the weight set up on the top corners. And you can feel it, the top spin on this was dipping.
Okay.
A lot more than the stock one we have over there. Really interesting, the flash, since it's a hybrid shape. You can really configure it how you want it to. So.
All right, guys, so I'm gonna go through here now and get some drives with the V7, the flash, the bloom, and then I'm gonna do the flash with a weight setup more towards the end of the paddle. Let me switch here to the flash with no weight. Oh yeah, that feels better already. All right, now we're gonna switch to the bloom. I get it. Like, the flash just feels better. Sorry. This thing feels a little bit, all right, here we go. I would actually say the bloom feels the hardest to control at stock. But it sounds the coolest. Has a slightly better pop sound to it. Gonna switch now to the flash with a weight setup. And this one is CJ's paddle. All right, let's go. Here we go.
Me and Coach Nico.
And I was like, wait a minute.
Play left-handed.
That's not B-roll, that's a highlight reel.
No, I was actually gonna say, if it's okay, Jerome and CJ and then Ian and me. If that's okay.
I'm sorry.
We got Jerome and CJ versus Ian and Nico. I'm using the V7 stock.
I am using the flash with some Bodhi stuff on it.
Bodhi grip and edge guard. All right.
Brought to you by.
Brought to you by. Here we go.
All right,
0-2.
ready? 002?
Nice.
Yep. Nice. Oh, just a little bit. So I like to slice return with this. Oh, okay. Nice.
That's the Jerome power shot.
Yes.
The ball
I gave him a little bit more top spin on my slice.
If we have Avatar ball bender, it should be V-Sol ball bender.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice drop.
Halfway,
got him.
halfway.
Okay. Out.
My bad. Sorry.
You want to switch to the flash?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't
figured.
have enough stability for me.
Yeah.
At stock, to be honest. There we go.
Okay. There you go. 0-4-2.
Nice.
You.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, no! You got it.
You. Yeah.
Ah, you got it. You got it. Nice drive.
Thank you. Yeah, flash. Flash at stop.
Yep.
2-4.
Nice one. Okay.
3-4-2.
You. Yeah.
Nice. You. Nice. To be fair, on that drive, this had more stability. Yeah. But the first one earlier, it was like no chance.
Yeah.
With the V7. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. 5-4. Oh, was that? Out.
Me.
You. Ah, sorry.
With the V-Sol juice. It's more intimidating playing against CJ with the V-Sol.
Yeah, it is.
Nice. You.
Oh, that's in. Let's do first to eight.
First to 8, okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Ooh.
Got the pineapple on me.
There he is. There's Jerome.
7-7.
7-0.
Nice.
Yep. Yes.
Hey!
Okay.
All right, 7-7.
7-7. 2. Out.
Good.
Nice shot.
Second serve. 7-7-2. MLP style. Nice.
Yeah. Okay. I usually do a slice return, and with these new V-Sols, the slice returns on these are almost guaranteed.
Perfect. I was gonna say I noticed almost every single return.
Yeah.
It was a
like
slice.
the red V-Core, it would be like 50-50. Sometimes it would shoot out.
Okay.
So way more consistent on these.
7-7.
Oh no.
I keep losing it here.
7-7. 2.
You.
Oh no! sorry.
Okay.
It's going in the highlights. You. Out. Yep. Out. Nice. Okay, come on. It's been 7-7. Play till 8.
7-7.
Match point.
1.
Hey. Nice return. Nice one. Nice. That was a nice exchange in the end. Thank you.
Nice game, guys. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Here is my honest impressions, first impressions after spending almost 2 hours here on the court with these incredible players. Fan favorite definitely is the Flash 16mm V-Sol Pro. All of them said that they liked that paddle the most, and I was a little bit skeptical at first, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought that the V7 would still be the number one, but I can see why. Slightly bigger sweet spot. It's a little bit more forgiving, has a little bit more stability as well, especially on Jerome's drives. I got the shots in with this, did not with the V7. So, but yeah, they feel really good. I would say it does definitely have that 3S feel. I definitely would say it has a better dwell than a lot of the current foam paddles.
Yeah.
all of the paddles, I would also say, are pretty lightweight for the swing weight, which means that you can set this up with some additional tungsten tape lead weight if you want. But out of box stock, the Flash definitely feels the best. I would say the V7 and the Bloom both would need weight to perform at its best capacity.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to buy one and you don't want to put any lead weight, any setup to it, I would say go with the Flash.
The Flash, yeah.
Yeah. Besides that, spin still felt great. I felt like most of the other Vatic Pro paddles I've played with. And the grip. I mean, there's so many paddles on the market right now that are affordable, but the moment that you grab it by the grip, it just feels, or the handle, it just feels cheap. I would say Vatic Pro actually has one of the best grips on the market. It feels premium, it feels strong and sturdy, and you definitely have those ridges, which is a grip that I like to play with personally. So, all in all, BP2 approved, Coach Nico approved. I think this is a great paddle, and for 7,000 SRP, right?
Yeah, but if you order it direct through our Vatic Pro Philippines page for 6,500 only. And for that value, a Gen 4 paddle, won't core crush, great performance, it's gonna last you a while. That's excellent value.
I would say the same thing. I would say that most other paddles I've played with, I've tried, I won't name brands, but I've tried quite a few foam paddles at this point. This is literally more than half the price of most of the other high-performing foam paddles, and I don't have anything bad to say about it. It was a great experience. I would just say shape, really depends on the player.
Yes, it does. Exactly.
All right, so thank you so much for watching, and until next time, 002.